Welcome to the second part of their videos. I'm putting them up in parts, so don't be so long. Well, this one's going to be about voice leading. Or we say part writing, like you see in hymns and some of the other parts. Okay, so say that we call those, as you refer to those as part writing, voice leading, harmonic progressions, as you can see them. Sometimes you see like, okay, I'm going to go into it and dive right in. Rhythm keys is simple. Okay. Harmony, each note as, okay. Contour. Okay, contour meaning the overall, the shaping of it. The focal point. The focal point is, it's the highest note of anything. Leaps. Okay, so it talks about leaps a little bit. You want to avoid leaps higher than augmented leaps and anything larger than a perfect eighth. You want to also avoid the fact is that the larger than perfect fourth is opposite of leaps. So you want to this is talking about it. It's gonna get into this point about avoiding some other stuff too, and tense tones. Okay, got you. Okay. Alright. So this alrighty. Okay. I'm not getting to self-test. But a music score is used by a composer. We already know what a music score is. If you've been in orchestras and choral stuff, they use scores. And I know this is still a modern term of today. A reduced score doesn't have all the parts. It has a few staffs here and there. Okay, so now we're about to get into some real juicy stuff. Voicing. Voicing is how each of the guys are spaced out. So, for instance, this is kind of a pretty good example about the spacing. All of this right here. Because so much attention's been, okay, so I'm not reading all of this. This is where we talk about right here. Boop. Close and open structure that, okay. Close and open. Alright, so I'm going to really get on to this point. So the close structure is less than an octave between soprano and the tenor. Open structure is an octave or more between the two. So close would be this way. It shows you open is all this, and it backs up to close right here. Okay. Move on. Alright. Spacing is, you want to actually, okay. Alright, this is where it's going to get a little interesting, and I'm going to jump ahead of all this bull. Okay, so for the writing, you generally want to avoid this stuff here. And I know this is about to get into it. Avoid voice crossing. So I'll go right VC, voice crossing. I'll explain once we get to that point. Like you don't want to feel like one voice is above another or whatever. That's voice crossing. You want to avoid perfect eighths, perfect octaves. Oh yeah, perfect eighth is the perfect octave. Octave to octave, you want to avoid U. If you have parallel perfect fifth or parallel fifths, You want to avoid that too, so that's a no-no. This. And you always, you want to do this. Right in contrary motion. Alright, I think that's a few rules I remember from back then, but this is what kind of gets to that point. And I'm probably going to see that in the upcoming chapters. Okay, I should do the self-test. Just to make sure we're on the same page. So you write open and close. I'm just going to write it just like it is. Just to try it. Just for the heck of it. I think this is open. Because the G and, oh, that's an open octave right there. Open. For this one, this has got to be closed. Because the fact is, you have your bass and your tenors being a third apart. So is your altos and your sopranos being at least a 4. So that is a closed position. So you have this and this third. This and this is it looks like a 5th. Closed. For that one. For D and B is a 6. Close again. For this one, that's open. For open. Because of that one. Alright, so this is the 5th. That is looking like a 6. Close again. For this one, it would be 6. I think. 6 again. Close again. Alright, for open, okay. Tends to be more open, so I'm going to put that one. This one, it's more than an octave. That tends to be open, regardless. But you open. Okay, but this one is boop. Open again, because of this one. And G and a B6. Close again. Alright. As far as it can go. Alright. Alright, so parallel motion, and I think I just talked about it, or maybe I didn't. You want to also avoid the I think, do I avoid that one or do I not? I just say to consider the voice texture when music progress. Okay, so parallel motion. Okay. And okay, so this is a good thing I can do. But you don't want parallel octaves. You don't want okay. I just wrote that then. Okay, I guess I'm on point. Cause you want to avoid parallel fifths, parallel octaves. Okay. So I did bring that to a point already. So yeah, okay, so I wanted to make it simple for you. For this is a no-no. That's a no. You don't want that. This is what you want. Right here. Third and third's fine. Or fourth and a fourth. That's about technically where you want. Okay. I'm going to flip to the next page. Say dating, okay, so alright. 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 So this gives you more about adjustable parallels. I'm going into the next ones. Contrary. Okay, so unequal fifth is followed by a reverse of the same two voices. Okay. And yeah, alright. Director hidden fifths. Alright. It tells a little bit, yes, you can, if it goes the same direction. But like I said, you want to try avoid perfect octave and perfect fifths. And I'm going to the next one. Alright. And I'm doing self-test on this one. Nope. Skip over it. Okay. So, alright. Open and close, unequal fifths. Okay. And this is going to be very fun to do chapter 6 tomorrow as I go more and more in detail.